Hi, this is Adrienne with Telepractice Tools, and today I'm going to be showing you how to record in Zoom. So let's get started. When you are in your Zoom meeting room, you will see Record down in your bottom menu. If you do not see it here, then you need to change your Zoom settings, which I will show you how to do later. So let's take a look at your options when you click on Record. You can either record on this computer or record to the cloud. First, let's record to the cloud. So once it starts recording, you'll see that there is a flashing red light in the top left corner, and you can pause or stop your recording. You can also choose to pause or stop the recording in the bottom toolbar as well. So let's say you wanted to pause the recording. And then you'll see that in order to resume it, you would click on the play button, either down here or at the top. If you are doing a screen share, this will look slightly different. So let's take a look at where the menu will be if you're doing a screen share. If you're sharing your screen, your menu is now floating wherever you've placed this, at the top, at the bottom, at the side, wherever you choose to have it during your screen share. I usually have mine at the top, so then you would just go over to the More because the record option is hidden. So if you go to More, you'll see Resume Recording or Stop Recording. That's because I already have my recording started, but it's paused. So let's say if I am recording, you'll be able to tell because this red light is flashing right here. So it lets you know you're screen sharing, and it also lets you know you're recording. If you hover over it, it does say recording to the cloud. So that lets you know as well. If you're ever not sure if you're recording, just look for that red flashing light. So let's say you're ready to stop your recording. So you would just go to Stop Recording. And then you'll get this notification, and it's letting you know that you will receive an email once your recording is ready. Keep in mind that the email does not always come right away because it takes some time to process the recording. The longer the recording, the longer it takes to process. Sometimes I will have recordings that are an hour and a half or 2 hours long, and it can take more than 30 minutes to finish those recordings. So I'm just going to say yes, and I know that it's going to be working in the background, and eventually that recording will appear in my Zoom account, and I'll also receive an email notification. So let's stop sharing for now and show the other option for recording. So if you go down to Record and you choose Record on this computer, it's actually going to save to a folder on your hard drive. So this is something that people sometimes have trouble finding, and I'll show you where it saves just so you'll be able to find it. So now we're recording. Again, you see that same light flashing in the top left, but it's actually a circle instead of the cloud shape. So that's letting you know that it's recording to the computer. If I were to share my screen, you'll notice that I do have this circle here also with a red flashing in the middle. And if you hover over it, recording on this computer. So that's how you know it's recording. And if I want to pause the recording or stop the recording while I'm in screen share, I can go here to pause or stop. But I'm actually going to stop sharing and then show you what it looks like to stop from this view if you are not screen sharing. Stop recording. And this lets you know that the file will be converted to MP4 when the meeting ends. So that's the key. If you are trying to use the recording during a session with a client or student, you will need to actually end the meeting and then restart in order to process the recording and have it available. The alternative is to save it and then use it next time. So let's go ahead and now take a look at your Zoom settings to make sure that you know how to enable recording in your Zoom meetings, as well as how to retrieve your recordings. I'm in my Zoom account and I'm going to My Account. And then over on the left side, you'll see your settings and you can also go directly to recordings. So to check your settings, if you do not have the record option enabled, you will just click on settings, and then across the top, recording is the second option. So here you'll see that I have toggled on local recording and cloud recording. The only reason that I wouldn't record to the cloud is because the cloud storage is limited. So it depends on your account and how much storage you have available. If you do a lot of recordings, you might find that your storage fills up pretty quickly. So I always record to my computer now, but you definitely can choose if you'd like to do cloud recording or local recording. And then you have some other options here as well. What I do like to make sure that you check when you are just trying it out if you haven't recorded before, just to see what will actually appear in your recordings. Right now I have checked record active speaker with shared screen. So that means it only shows one person's video, whomever is speaking at that time. And if you're sharing your screen, it will show the shared screen as well. If you're sharing your screen and there are multiple people in the room, for example, if it's you and a student or you and a client, that's two people in the room. So it will show gallery view. So that means both of you at all times. So that's an alternative. It depends on what your needs are. If you're working with your clients and students one-on-one, then maybe you just need active speaker. If you have a group, you might want to do gallery view. If you're in a group and you don't want everyone to appear on the recording, which is often the case for my purposes, I just leave it record active speaker with shared screen. Another option is to record active speaker, gallery view, and shared screen separately. So you would have more flexibility with that option. So it's up to you. Just look through the settings and definitely try it out and see what you prefer. So there are some advanced settings here that you can look through as well, like if you want to add a timestamp or display participant's name. And then once you have finalized your recording, then you'll be able to retrieve it in your recordings. So let's go ahead and take a look at my recordings over in the left menu. And you'll see the recording that I just completed is processing because I have not ended the meeting yet. So let's go ahead and end the meeting and then come back and take a look. This was a very short recording, so it processed almost immediately. You'll see it has the date and time, and then here are my options for what I want to do with the recording. If you want to share it with someone using a link, click on share, and then you can choose if you want to set an expiration date so people can only view it for a certain amount of time, if you want to enable other people to download it or not. And then you have the option of passcode protection. So if you put an email in, then a password in, then people will need the password in order to retrieve the recording. So you can show the sharing information so you can see it, and then we'll copy it to your clipboard and just open your email account and go ahead and paste this information, and then you can send it and share the link. The other option is to download it to your computer. So if you click on those three dots, you see download one file, and then you can download it and save it to your computer. If I download it, saying each file will be downloaded separately, but I only have one file. So download, and then you'll see in my browser, it just lets me know what's downloaded and where it is. So I can click here directly, it'll open the file, or if I click on the folder, it will show me my downloads folder. However, if you have chosen to record to your computer, you'll see this flashing folder at the bottom. The way it shows up on my computer is that it lets me know where my recording is saved. So it takes me directly to that folder. You do not have to create a special folder for your Zoom recordings. Zoom automatically does this for you. So when you are looking for your recordings, let me just rename this so we'll know what we're looking for here.
So now I'm going to go to my documents and then go to my Zoom folder, and it just shows my folders. They're listed chronologically. So if I click on today's, there it is, the demo.
The other option, if you look in your Zoom room, it will also let you know where your local recordings are saved. Local just means to your computer. So if I click on this local recordings option, then it shows me my recordings, and this one that I just recorded, it shows you where it's saved and the location. And then again, I can choose to open, and then it'll bring me to that folder. So I love that feature about Zoom because I often have trouble finding things on my computer. So I hope this demo has been helpful for you. If you're recording your sessions, you definitely have a couple options for where to save your Zoom recordings and also for sharing them and saving them to your computer for later use. Thank you so much for watching Telepractice Tools, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.